Hey all, Mark Slane with the United States Krav Maga Association. Today's video blog, kind of short and blunt. Basically, Krav Maga and martial arts is what I want to talk about a little bit. You've heard me say on these video blogs, if you've watched them, if you've read my blogs, basically Krav Maga, we're philosophy-based, not technique-based. Techniques are guaranteed to massively degrade under the stress, exhaustion, and adrenaline dump of a real attack. So, truly, what I claim that we're teaching is to give people a switch to be able to go from overwhelmed, uncomprehending, terrified, to going forward with hatred and rage to do the maximum amount of damage in the minimum amount of time that they possibly can, and then to get off to safety. Every time I say something like that, I hear from martial artists about, oh, that's wrong, that's violent, that's not the way to train people, which drives me crazy. I remember years ago I had a woman in her 50s, certainly overweight and out of shape, came to one of our intros, but she was also a black belt in a martial art, and she left in the middle of the intro. I said, hey, you okay? Like, this is violent, this is wrong. She said, I have been taught to deliver one devastating blow to an attacker. I wanted to punch myself in the face. She truly thought she had a devastating blow in her. It drives me crazy. One of my favorite quotes from Rory Miller is, listening to the average martial artist talk about real-world violence is like listening to 10-year-olds talk about sex. Truly, they haven't studied it, and they don't have a friggin' clue. And I can talk this way. I was a 4th-degree black belt in Taekwondo. That was my life. I was a martial artist. Now that I teach self-defense, I see a lot of problems with what we did. I also hear often when martial artists talk about Krav Maga, oh, it's just kicking people in the balls. Okay, here's my scenario. I've got a woman who's a student at my gym. She's a single mom. She has a couple daughters at home. If you've ever read anything about home invasions, they're horrifying. And let's say that's what finds her, a home invader. Some recidivist piece of garbage has broken into her house. His intentions are to force her to watch as he tortures, rapes, and murders her daughters before he then tortures, rapes, and murders her. What would you have taught her? Okay, a sidekick? To take him to the ground and patiently control him until you could submit him with an armbar? A poomsae? Okay, what I'm going to teach her is to go animal, to go ballistic, to go friggin' crazy. Kick this guy in the groin as hard as you possibly can. When his head comes down, grab his hair and knee him in the throat as hard as you can. Elbow him in the back of the skull as hard as you can. When he's laying on the ground, stomp his frickin' head into jelly. I'm going to teach her to grab a chair and bust it across his face. To take a broken piece of that chair and shove it into his eye socket as far as she can. I'm going to give her what it takes to survive a horrifying encounter like that. You know, again, what are you going to teach her? How to break a piece of wood? Our training's wrong if we're training not the heart, the mind to go forward, to swing for the fences, and to be filled with hatred and rage. That's what's the only chance she has. That's what's going to save her. Truly, instructors, when people are coming to you for self-defense, they are quite literally putting their lives in your hands. You'd better have studied violence. You better have studied what actually saves people in those situations. Rather than teaching crap from your system, you know, teaching crap from a system because it's your system, that drives me crazy, and I see it all the time. So yeah, Krav Maga is just about kicking people in the groin. Yeah, because it's effective, and that's going to save her against a guy twice her size that's full of aggression himself. So again, if you're going to make comments on, you know, I'm teaching wrong, first educate yourself. Study real-world violence. Ton of things you can do to, you know, Google searches on people being attacked. Active self-protection Facebook page. They show attacks from, you know, security cameras all the time. Read Roy Miller. Read Gavin DeBecker. Read Mark McYoung. Read Sergeant Strong. Read Colonel Grossman. Okay, you start to get, as you study violence, you start to realize there aren't many things that work against violence. They're certainly not commonly working techniques. It's teaching people to go flippin' ballistic, to swing for the fences until one of you are unconscious. You know what? I train. It's going to be that son of a bitch. Mark Slane, United States Krav Maga Association.